up, people? All right. Now, I told you about our date to McDonald's, but I didn't elaborate on the whole circumstances behind it and the whole way it was, which is a pretty funny story. So now I'll break down the whole thing. So Chris and I were bored all day. We're bored. We're sitting there watching movies and just in the apartment doing nothing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we got this rental vehicle. Let's go somewhere and get something to eat. And she's like, okay. And I'm like, well, where should we go? And she's like, let's go to Ormoc. And I was like, okay. Not knowing where Ormoc was or what Ormoc was or how far Ormoc was. So I just, okay. And it's like 5 p.m. at night. And we're like, okay. So we jump in the vehicle and we start going. Now, she's never been to Ormoc. That's why she wants to go to Ormoc. I've never been to Ormoc. I don't even know where Ormoc is. So I'm like, okay, let's go. 5 p.m. in the province of Leyte or Southern Leyte is not a good idea to do a road trip. Hindsight now, huh? Didn't know it at this time because Ormoc is 2 to 3 hours depending on traffic. Yeah. Not to mention everything usually closes. Not everything, but most around 7, 6. So, anyways, we head out and we're driving along and we're using maps. So, I'm like, wait a second. This is kind of a long road trip. But I'm still in the American mindset of it's McDonald's. It's open 24/7. Or, actually, I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking McDonald's. I was thinking some other restaurant or something. And everything would be open and everything would be glorious and everything would be good. And no worries because I'm used to American time. You know, the map says it's 45 minutes away. But that's not true because it's the Philippines. So you don't do that speed limit. And you don't do, I'm used to American shit. I was wrong. Very wrong.
It didn't say need 45 minutes.
Yeah, because I was on the different thing. If you don't have stops, you don't have traffic, it's straight, boom, that's how it is. But then you got to add traffic and all that stuff into it. So, anyways, well, man. No. So, we take off, we go. We're enjoying it. We're listening to music. We're holding hands. We're doing a road trip. We're all excited. We love it. It's daylight like this when we're going. By the time we get to Ormoc, it's dark. And I'm thinking nothing in my head that stuff's probably closed. But, Ormoc being a bigger town, Teclaban and Ormoc are the two biggest in Leyte and Southern Leyte. So there is stuff open. The mall's closing. Everything's closing. So our road trip to have something turns into, well, let's just get something to eat and get the hell out of here. So the only thing I see open is Jollibee. And I'm like, man, we got a Jollibee in Mawson. I don't want Jollibee. Oh, there's a McDonald's. She's all excited because it's been a long time since she's had McDonald's. So, our first date, we walk into McDonald's. And they're getting ready to close. So, I don't remember, did we eat at McDonald's or did we take the food to go?
We ate in there.
Yeah, okay. So, we sat there and ate. And then, now here's the crazy thing is McDonald's in Ormoc's way downtown. It's hard to find parking and it's a big mess. I didn't know there was 2 McDonald's in Ormoc. One's down by the Ormoc port and the other one's over by the second mall. Me not being from around here, didn't know. Kristen hadn't really traveled around to that kind of thing, so she didn't know. So we went to the one down by the port, which has really like 4 parking spots, and it being late in downtown in the middle of the center of town, it's pretty crazy. So it is what it is. We had our first date at McDonald's. We didn't get to do anything else. Our whole thing was, let's road trip, let's hang out in Ormoc and do stuff. Have you ever been to Ormoc? What can we do? I've never been to Ormoc. Kristen, I've never been to Ormoc either. Oh no, what do we do? Eat at McDonald's. So, I came from the United States of America that has probably 7 or 8 McDonald's in my town that I'm not a big fan of McDonald's, to the Philippines to take my girlfriend at the time on a trip to McDonald's. So it's 2 to 3 hours to get there and 2 to 3 hours to get back, with an hour there. Yeah, we got back at like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, because on the way back, there's a difference in driving here during the day than driving at night. About 6 or 7, when it starts to get dusk, it's scary driving here at night. Because during the day, you can see all the freaking hazards. At night, when it's dusk, you've seen the videos I posted, man. Some of these people ride with their lights off. You don't see them, and you fly up on them, and you can smack them. And it doesn't matter if they're in the wrong or if they pull out in front of you. You got 2 things going against you. 1, you're a foreigner. 2, if you hit somebody, it's your fault regardless if they pull out. I could be driving right now and a motorbike could pull out and I smack the back end of them. But really, I didn't smack the back end of them. Their wheel hits me and then they dump. Now I'm liable. But they can't do that because I got a camera. I got a front camera, a back camera, and a in the cab camera. So I got it all recorded and everything, and it's also on voice. So, but I mean, they'll still try to fight it. That's the way it goes here. Regardless, if you hit somebody walking, if you hit a motorbike, you hit another vehicle, you're always liable. And then you have to prove your innocence. And that doesn't matter if you're American or Filipino. It's harder when you're a foreigner. So keep that in mind, people. It's kind of a sticky subject. You want to make sure you have cameras and you're offensive, defensive, emergency driving at all times. I mean, driving until you're used to driving here for a few months and driving a lot, you could go 2 hours on a road trip and it feels like you've driven 12 hours. Your mind, your eyes are so sore because you're constantly looking around. You know, I mean, it's hard. It's like you're driving in a warfare because, man, you've got hazards all over the place. You got dogs, kids, chickens, people, goats, cows, horses along the highway. You got parked cars. You got, there's 7-Eleven we were supposed to stop at. Oops. You got all kinds of stuff just on there, not including the vehicles, the trucks, the trikes, the bikes, the bicycles, the bicycle trikes, all kinds of hazards, just constantly pulling out and flipping in and zip-zapping around. It drains your mind. It drains your eyes from constantly looking. I mean, I'm wide-eyed looking all over the place. I've gotten used to it now, but when you're first here, it's kind of a lot to take in, and it's kind of scary. And you've got to make sure you do not hit anybody. If you do get in an accident, make sure you've got a video recording of the whole thing, or you're going to be liable. Make sure you have witnesses. We haven't had that, you know, praise God, thank you. Knock on wood. Ouch! No. Anyways. So, I'm kind of getting sidetracked on something when we're talking about the first day. So, now we have to travel back in the dark, and that's where this whole sidetrack part came from about driving and stuff. And in the way back in the dark, it's kind of spooky, kind of scary, kind of uh-oh. So I'm driving instead of the regular speed limit to get there. Now I've got to worry about traffic, and I'm going slow because I don't want to get in a wreck because I got a rental vehicle that's a friend of mine. Really cool dude. Wish I could find him again, but he moved. Somebody else took over his nice house that we were going to rent, but decided not to on that side of the island. So yeah, I mean, we're driving home. I'm like probably instead of driving 60, I'm driving like 20. So it's gonna take a longer time to get home. But I mean, just driving here is just crazy in itself. But we made a couple pit stops on the way back, which kind of freaked her out because we're stopped along the side of the road to grab something, or I got to stop along the side of the road here to take a leak, which is legal. I mean, I'm sure during this video I can see somebody stopped on the side of the road anywhere taking a leak, and I can have Kristen flash it, but I'd get demonetized on YouTube for that.
You don't need to say that.
They will literally stop anywhere and pee. Yeah, it is weird. Yeah, there you go. That bike was pulling another bike. That's how the stuff goes here.
Yeah, but you don't need to say that in the video.
Why not?
It's so weird.
People know. They want to hear about the stuff. It's weird to put it in a video to you, but it's interesting to other people that's never been here that doesn't know it. I would go, ooh, shame, pee pee, on the side of the road when people are peeing. And they're all laughing at me because I'm like shocked that people are peeing along the side of the road. But anyways, don't want to get into the pee pee part because Chris is getting mad at me and glaring at me about it, saying I'm weirdo. Yeah, I mean, so we drove all the way back home, and I get home and I'm thinking in my head, man, we just spent 6 hours on a first date. All we did was drive to McDonald's and back. We didn't see nothing, because on the way back it's all dark and there's nothing to really look at. We didn't stop and do anything else. We just went to McDonald's.
You like McDonald's?
Yeah, well, okay, let me explain that, because it's true and not true. When you haven't had McDonald's in a year because you can't eat nothing but chicken or pork, and the beef in the area you're at is disgusting because it tastes like water buffalo, or it tastes off. It doesn't have a good flavor. There's no fat content in it. It's, who knows? McDonald's is kind of refreshing. But when you live right next to McDonald's, and it's a natural thing in America to eat McDonald's all the time, you don't like McDonald's. It's one of those things where you have it, you don't want it or don't need it. When you don't have it, now all of a sudden you crave it. Like, I craved McDonald's last year, and we stopped there when we were in Tacloban, and I ordered a chicken McNugget. Yeah, I won't do that again. Chicken McNuggets in this area of Leyte and McDonald's do not taste like chicken nuggets. They taste off. They're weird. Not good. Jollibee now has chicken nuggets. Surprisingly, they taste like McDonald's in America chicken nuggets, and they're pretty good. McDonald's hamburgers here, yeah, they're somewhat like McDonald's in America, but there's just stuff that's off. The cheese is off, the meat patty's a little bit off. You know, it doesn't taste quite the same. The fries, I think, are better here because the fries in America have all these additives and stuff in them. Here, they don't. They're straight cut fries with salt, and they don't put as much salt on them. So I think they're a little bit better. I like Jollibee's fries too. Now, the fries when they're fresh, good. Fries when they've been sitting in a warmer, like they like to do around here a lot, not good. Then they go from crispy to kind of soggy, oily. It makes your mouth dry out immediately when you put one in. It's not good. Always get them fresh. I mean, so yeah, there's different stuff like that aspect. I hear Kristen back in the back getting bored because I get sidetracked on my story and she doesn't like holding the camera, and she's telling me, shut up, hurry up, get good. Oh my gosh, you talk so much.
Because I...
Huh? Come on, spit it out, let him hear you.
My hand is hurt, and then...
So we're gonna have to cut this video short, you guys. You can blame it on Kristen because her hand hurts. But yeah, our first date was pretty uneventful. It was a trip to McDonald's, and to me, that's hilarious because I had only been here, you know, a week or two, and we went to McDonald's. You know, I'm used to that from home. But now here that I've been here a couple of years, McDonald's is a treat. Hey, what's up, McDonald's? Hell yeah, let's go. I mean, people will travel from our area all the way to Teckelbon or all the way to Ormoc or whatever, or all the way to Bebe to get Dunkin' Donuts and to get McDonald's. And then they bring it back and they sell it on Facebook. Or they take a bunch of orders and say, we'll deliver tomorrow, who's wanting it? And then they'll drive there, pick it up, and bring it back and upcharge it just so people will get it. And people will buy it. Because we don't have it where we're at. That's how crazy it is. And McDonald's is a high-priced food here in the Philippines for people that survive off of, you know, a family can survive off $10 in food. $10 US. I mean, that's a huge food amount for people here for all day. When you could drop that at McDonald's easy. You know, so it's a luxury food. So when people talk about it in vlogs and other vloggers in the Philippines, unless they're in Manila or Cebu, then they're used to the kind of stuff. Or Davao, Eaton's. But yeah, they got Burger King. Oh, that's one thing we wish we had in Wendy's. But anyway, yeah. And Andy, he's showing me the other day. He was over at Popeyes. Oh, I wish they had Popeyes here too. We're getting the Shakey's. I'm excited. But anyways, I mean, fast food stuff like that's kind of a luxury here for people because they'd rather spend it on rice and be able to eat multiple days than eat one meal. You know, when you're in...
I'm not really a fan in fast food.
Yeah, she says that, but she's always craving a royal float and French fries. But she's not a fan. So, alright. We'll see if we got more to the video or if this is it. That's our first date experience, you know. Thanks for watching. Here we go.
It's not...
Say,
it's not...
huh?
It's not... I didn't hear.
Oh, you stopped it?
No, not yet.
Oh, well, see? Say bye-bye, Kristen. You're making us look like idiots. All right. 'Cause we gotta get off because we're going to 7-Eleven.